Okay, let's try that. They're all looking at me. All right, let's do it. The company we keep. Alice can tell you're itching to take the fight to the Telephoroi. Ah, Ayumi, you are looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came in hoping for tidings for Cryle, I'm afraid we are still waiting, but we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scrap, she says. Lunar Primal's been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hori, Boulder, and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the beast tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Olda's progress with the Amalja, GRIDANIA has opened negotiations with the Ixal, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Telephoroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask you what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of the recent developments and to discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telephoroi, in concert with our new allies. The beast tribes have also been invited. It is hoped they will join us to the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance would bring all of its beast tribes into the fold at a single stroke, an ambitious plan given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one, considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady, and for their part I am told that the beast tribes will have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. To arrange such a meeting that must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically, but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Then we'll bear your answer thither with haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. Well, now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Ashtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it's only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. I think we'd all play our part in that little endeavor. Don't you, Ayumi? All present may rightly claim a seat, I do agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Aimric will be there and I'd rather not be interrogated. Oh, come on. Very well. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo, shall we? I just realized I don't have my music on. This is what I get. Derp. Give me just a second here. Okay, back to it. No, it's busy. Actually, let's see what they have to say. Honestly, the look on your face. Eager to bear witness to another historic moment by any chance? Ha, I suppose I am. And the fact that our cure for tempering made it possible only heightens my anticipation. So I say still Graha anchored? The Amalja cannot be the only tribe to have targeted Telaferoi, and none of them will have taken kindly to having their people enslaved nor their gods turned against them. I cannot see with everyone here. Like the city-states, every beast tribe has its factions, each with their own agenda, making peace a complex proposition. But if the Alliance can come to an understanding with their leaders, it will be for them to resolve internal politics. Music's a little loud, I think. We've been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? Why are we still sitting at a meeting table? Oh god, he ends here. Wow, they got everyone. Oh yeah, the voice is way too low. I'll change it after this. That's a cute joke. It's true. Okay. You and that Band-Aid plan of yours. No. I call us the Warriors. Really? Troll moment? I'd love to, but... Screw it. I'll be noble. Oh, fuck off, Alpha Node. Hear that, Alfie? I stole your thunder. Also, never ever make a private army ever again. Sorry, I better fix the voices. Okay. That should be better. Also gonna get rid of Norton. Okay, back to it. It's a pity that it took the threat of annihilation for everyone to cast their grievances aside, but better late than never, I suppose. The Grand Company of Eorzea. I wonder what real and the other formal Crystal Braves will make of it. Well, if we hadn't made them in the first place... We have won over the leaders. Now the leaders must win over their own people. No small task, I grant you. But we have come a long way since we first joined with Minfilia to bring an end to summoning. A long, long way. Someone had to park their... Forgive me for observing, but Alphanod seems less than jubilant. Might his thoughts be preoccupied with the fate of poor R involved? Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made and the lives lost, inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, first of many. Many and more. Thanks for eavesdropping. Elder Seatseer, how might we be of service? I see Master Alphanod's assistance in the matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of crystals, and so you would be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash Crown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but with many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylphs' established line of communication to coordinate the efforts of the new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grain company. If the Sylphs are to perform their task effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force, which is not Alphanode. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. No, not them. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphinaud. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. I just talked about this on LoreLines the other day, and in my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests, and I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you? Yes! Not at all. You may count on my assistance for what little it is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing upon the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. You have my gratitude, Master Alphinaud, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here today, I have no doubt that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telophora and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? I can't think of an excuse not to. Well, I shall be grateful of your help, grudging or not. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the options of your former comrades, it'd be a lot quicker if we shared the task of questioning them. Then mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. We shall be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. It will not be easy to revisit the past, but sometimes one must look back to see the way forward. Where's Graha? Move! I take it we'll soon be paying the Sylphs a visit. How fascinating it will be to speak to them in person, though I gather a conversation can prove rather challenging. Just a bit. So what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task in hand, I should probably admit that the report I propose is largely written. Not long after the fateful day in Ul'dah, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. Thus did I primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer for what seems to be the crucial question, namely, why, after the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new Grand Company together, and that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes, but the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause will welcome any my inquiries. Then Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Have care, however, certain of my former comrades are of questionable character, so keep your wits about you and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. Why are we doing this? If you have no objections, I have a mind to begin by speaking with Riel and Alianne. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Oriens. Let us seek them out there. End of Realm Reborn. Man, it was such a bad idea to form these Crystal Braves. End of Shadowbringers. Man, it's a good thing I reformed these Crystal Braves. While such briefings are seldom exciting affairs, the importance in coordinating our efforts with our allies cannot be overstated. In that regard, Alianne and Riel have been most dependable. Where's the... Oh, there you are. Oh, I didn't expect to see you here, Ayumi. But if you enjoy intelligence briefings, you've come to the right place. I do enjoy a good briefing every now and then. Well, look who it is, and what brings the two of you here. Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a matter of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I required the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. So you want to know why I decided to stick with the Scions? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. As I once explained to Ayumi, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we are powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited with the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions had something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time's gone on, I've learned that strength comes from many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Miss Tataru, we've all got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's a more important things than that, things worth protecting, which is what being a Scion's all about. I am at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you, it means more than you know. Forgive me. Ayumi, could you? Give us your thoughts. Well, it's found in ideals were something to be proud of. But ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was in it only for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in part and large to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru sifted out all the glory hunters before they even made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks comprise of a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Speaking of former Crystal Braves, I have not seen Agarmus of late. Constantly away on missions, as is he. I wonder how he fares. After the company of heroes went their separate ways, I did try working on my own for a bit. And I'll admit, it was nice being able to pick my own battles. But if you want to make a real difference, you need to find a good crew and stick with them. Well, I think we've taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way back to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. I want to play it so badly. Lancers Guild. On the way here, I took the opportunity to write up my notes for our conversation with Aliane and Real. All that remains is to add Alice and Graha's findings, whatever they may be. When Alice sets her mind on something, there is no stopping her, and her mind was truly set on finding former Braves. For a while, I even feared what she might do to them, but in the event, she was admirably civil, for the most part. Gee. Thanks to Tatara's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Afanad, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I will set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Now that I think about it, of the four of us, only you and Alphanut have any real experience in conversing with the sylphs. Still, it can't be that hard, can it? Have you ever danced before? Though I had the honor of sharing a table with Elder Frixio and Alamigo, I did not have the opportunity to speak with him. I do hope my studies have granted me a sufficient grasp of his people's customs. Ah, welcome, Brave One, and friends of Brave One. How good is it to see you walking ones again so soon after the meeting? I'd rather not. Indeed it has. Though the palace was very pretty, the meeting was far too noisy for this one. So many shouting ones and squawking ones and cheering ones, no chance for carefree conversation. Still, this one is pleased all ones can be friends. Horned one Kani-Senna said that walking ones would be coming to little solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so that these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. That is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telephroi. These ones will try hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice walking ones can provide will be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one, and in quite a hurry, it seems. Alice, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphina, don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting. What? No, a twin adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlene has sent an envoy who is due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. An envoy? Could it be that Kryl managed to sway the Forum? Not in the least. We shall know soon enough, but there's more. The envoy has requested that two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seatsier. Oh, God. Really? I can see why they might want us science to be present, but us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. It is. I could scarce believe it for myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told it would be one Fortunat Levillier. Your father? Well now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprise enough, but him? Quite. I glean from this that they are taking the matter seriously. That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members, unless he volunteered for it? I've come to smack the stuff out of my children. It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he is concerned for your well-being? Perhaps, but he always has been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixio, loath that I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies, along with my report. Never mind, there will be time to talk later. This one won't keep walking ones for more urgent matters. Go. Their dad's going to ask about their cosplay outfits. The audience will be held at Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seatsier awaits even now. Let us be on our way. Welcome, Warrior of Light. The Elder Seatsier and your friends are waiting within. After all this time away, it'd be good to see my father, even if it is an unofficial meeting. 99 may seem like a lot of members, but before the Forum it was founded, every person of age in Charlene was given equal say in its governance. Many of the institutions that are still active today were established by the people's vote, not least the Studium. As Alice and I were constantly reminded during our time there, it is an example of what can be achieved through absolute democracy. During my time in Charlene, I heard much of Fortunat Levillier. He is a gifted speaker known amongst the other things for the uncompromising application of Forum policy. My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Fortunat's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Kyle's permission to request Charlene's aid, we did not anticipate so promptly a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What of the nature of that reply could be, we should soon discover. Oh boy.
Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisville, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the second umbral calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That GRIDANIA still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains unchanged.
Of course. Of course.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life.
Oh, here we go.
But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
What a fucking surprise.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
Lady, we have a bunker.
The final days. Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Sharlayan will take no part. The final days were truly upon us.
Ask your supreme leader.
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves, but if you imagine that Telothroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
Not gonna happen.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. I see now that Eorzea has been fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your devastation. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize can ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learner to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
These are all good answers. But I like this one.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals, but unlike her, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Charlotte and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alpino, Alize,
Oh my god.
shall no longer bear the name of Lily. How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, you must stand in the way.
Jesus Christ.
Master Fortuno, while Charlie and me have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Charlian's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Oh my god.
Father, Alize.
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
I mean, you can try running after him, but it's not going to change anything. It was not so very long ago that we had a friend and neighbor in Charlian, and so I clung to the hope that she might yet lend us her strength. But when she forsook Dravania, it would seem she forsook us all. In order to avoid conflict with Garlemald, the Forum went so far as to order the abandonment of an entire city-state. Their refusal to aid us now is, I am sorry to say, entirely consistent with their historic position. It is. Is it we who walk the path of ruin? Time will tell. So that's what he came here to say. That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi, and as for the rest, like it or not, this was the Forum's decision, to watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger, and as he handed down their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that would possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion will have changed little, for it is not only Master Fortunald who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. Their decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it likely to be changed, and so we shall face the Telophoroi without their aid. Forgive me, but what if they have no intention of helping us? Then why would they go through the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why did they not simply keep their counsel, as they are wont to do? And here we go. Ayumi, has Master Fortunald arrived yet? Yes, we got done arguing with him, in fact. Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should say rather they ignored every word I said on the subject without exception. It was almost unnerving. They're tempered. Could it be that they're hiding something from us? That they might go some way to explain Fortunald's performance? When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride, but what if they genuinely believe they know how the world will end and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me they are not as unconcerned about the Telophor as they claimed. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea. So I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here when the time is right, of course. I'm aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. I don't want to visit Charlian. Because I don't want to walk into their square and punch someone square in the face. After which, assisting me would seem like a sweet relief, I'm sure. While you attend to matters heroical, I shall see about securing entry for you all. And, well, I will let you all know when everything is in order. Take care in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause to hope, yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Charlians hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt in them a change of heart, and so, for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telophoroi. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there's no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Charlian intend to do if we fail? Keep worshipping Vana. With their knowledge, Charlian could have done so much for the cause. They could have helped us to uncover the secrets of the towers and save the tempered captives within, and yet, gods. Why am I not surprised? Throughout my childhood, I remember grandfather arguing with my father over Charlian's policy of non-intervention. And this time, it was my turn to play the role. But even if my grandfather could not win him over, what chance had I? If words could exist that may sway him, I know not what they are. The Forum includes representatives from all of Charlian's central institutions. With them hindering Krau's investigation, she will struggle to make any headway on her own. While Charlian's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask the Scions. Grave tidings, Walking Ones. Grave tidings. Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? The ones who went to see Feathered Ones send terrible news. Destroying Ones appeared in the Zelphatol. Destroying Ones and Captured Ones and even frightful Godly Ones. Feathered Ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to save them? Too late, yes, much too late. But luckily, Destroying Ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered Ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West, that would be Kurthus. My lady, the Asgardians report that Telophoroi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Kurthus and are marching at speed. Though the purpose of the has yet to be determined, the Cartno Flats would seem their most likely destination. Lloyd Aymeric has already dispatched his forces and requests for immediate support. Tell them he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon misfortunes. Come, my friends, let's make haste to Cartno. Wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying ones were said to be led by cackling robed one. This one must see all the walking ones know. Farewell. Cackling robed one. Fan Daniel? Who else? It was only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed up again. I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Cartno. Pray see to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste. Can you give us the actual zone instead? Just saying. At once, my lady. Let us away. The airship will be ready to depart ere long. I bid you to make for the landing as soon as you are able, and may the 12 keep you. Hey, $4. Come on, this will only take a moment, alright? Ayumi, it would seem $4 here has come all the way to GRIDANIA to find us. I've explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. And it'll all be over sooner if you shut up and come with me. Oh shit, is he in a wheelchair?
Arnold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
Yep.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? Today I crane my neck over you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. With car urgency, I may never walk again.
Shit.
Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in.
Why is the camera at an angle in this scene?
I know what's at stake and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Albert once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, alright?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero. Do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alpha know and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways that you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself, put your bloody mind to it.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. And I reckon you've got some fire left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Fordola's a great character. Same with Arenvald. I wish they got more screen time. After Peglathon, I had assumed that Telefori would continue to target settlements, but it is plain that they considered Zelfatol a mere obstacle on the road to Cartano. What then draws them to the flats? We must keep a close eye on their movements. Who else is here? Who else is here? I rather doubt that Fordola obtained the Chirurgeon's permission before bringing Arenvald halfway across the realm. And solely to deliver a message at that. They should both have known better. But what's done is done, and I will not soon forget his words. You can tell me later what it was all about, but judging by the set of Alphanod's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Thancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, Malja and Kobold forces are also bound for Cartno as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in All Amigo, and so we must do the same by saving many of their tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Let's do it.
My fellow Silence, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Charlotte, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroid's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. Less than brutal crossbows, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alfred?
Graha has the most, like, smug...
As my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
Godspeed good, Alfredo. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking.
He's right.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Telophoroid. Incapacitated first.
Take care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of determining.
Alright, let's do this. This got way more cinematic. As the silence spread out across the field, Alice and Graha take the fight to Telephoroi. Well, it's a good thing I started playing Red Mage recently. Do you see that? The glyph? Yes. How worried should we be? Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cartno. Now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an etheric confluence, like to the pillars of the Azim Steppe, but greater in scale, far greater. The glyphs that Fandaniel's conjured reach into its very midst. And I believe I know their purpose. Should the lunar primals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. The resultant disruption of the flow of ether would sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm. Well, that he would go so far cometh as little surprise. We needs protect the confluence at all cost. Oh. Fixed sign, Malefic. Thanks, Ashtola. My turn, my turn, my turn, my turn, my turn. Ah, I see.
Away with you!
That was a little close. Boy, if only it was this easy to be an Astro in IRL. Uh-oh. Skadoosh. Meanwhile, Graha, Tia, and Alice prepare to lock swords with Lunar Ravana. Furious as a blaze. Furious as a blaze. Ah. Chandrahas. Ah, shit. Hi. Achoo! At the self-same moment, you stand shoulder to shoulder with Alpha on an alley end. Instian reserved to lay Lunar Ifrit low. Do I get to play as myself now? Let's go. Convenient. Where'd it go? Oh. Four. Neat. Inner or outer? Inner. Oh. Feisty now. Oh, shit. God damn, Stidian. Ooh. I will recommend that the Alliance keep a closer watch over Cartno. The Telephoroi may have failed in their attempt to destroy the confluence this time, but there is not to stop them from trying again. Throughout the battle, I could not shake the feeling that all present were performing for the amusement of Fandaniel. Nor did his blithe reaction to the latest defeat give me cause to think otherwise. I can only conclude that such failures are of little consequence to his broader scheme, whatever that may be. The Cartna Flats seem fated to play a prominent role in the history of the realm, do they not? I wonder, might the abundance of ether that floweth through the region have led the Alligans to entomb Omega there? Good question. Many though the enemy were, the numbers consisted largely of tempered beastmen with a few lunar primals to keep things interesting. The Garleans themselves ventured little and lost less. It has ever been the Empire's way to have others fight their battles, but even they would blush at the Teleforoi's use of the tempered slaves. It was decent of Lord Aymeric to bear us home aboard his airship. The gods only know how we would have squeezed this many people aboard the Bonanza. The tempered that we were able to treat will be taken to the city-states for observation. As soon as the Alliance is satisfied they're fully recovered, they will be free to return home. At the close of the battle, when the clouds parted and the moon shone down on us all, I cannot well express I felt. Somehow it seemed more of a beginning than an ending. You see, you should have seen my face when Lord Aymeric turned up on our doorstep. Did none of you think to send word when he was bringing you home? I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Aymeric. It may I see how much I appreciate the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave. It would seem you finally have found a place to settle down. I merely grew weary of wandering the Far East. Returning to more serious matters, while the Telephoroi have been driven from Cartno, 'tis like the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the grain company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Telophoroi at bay, I would ask you to apply your talents at the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given the expertise of this field of aetherology, we are better qualified to find the solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There is a time and place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wont to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor upon any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to recover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of any assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telophor's plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telophoroi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the heart of the chaos will come for you. Yet in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities, the final days themselves. Yes, all right, Afanat. We need a plan, not portents. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information from all manner of places, not least Sharlayan. According to Cryle, the Forum may have been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telophoroi, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear, the Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fortunault's performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation, I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for answers than we seek out the matter of the towers. Sharlayan hath ever been the wellspring of ethereological knowledge. I care not where we go, hence or there my lance will be ready. And what of you, Ayumi? Might you be persuaded to join us? I mean, I don't go anywhere else. This one, definitely. Only after I do. If he and his friends at the Forum think we'll leave them alone after they ignore us, they're in for a shock. It appears we are in agreement. We have to but wait for Cryle to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there is a matter of which I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I only have a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I would soon find out whether my fears are warranted. Meanwhile, in the Legion of Doom, damn. It's a gun sight. More Monster Hunter than ever.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. There are some My plan to redirect the ether from Cartino came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure.
You just love saying that in front of him, don't you?
Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
Hold up.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach.
The gateway of the gods. Oh shit! No fucking way.
The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire, to relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence.
Poof, there he goes.
While I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon a darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars show their witness to our final contest.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Shadowland. Make that every location we select.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically, far more than can be attributed to a natural occurrence.
What tidings bringest thou from GRIDANIA?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
The towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summons.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me.
Oh boy.
Darkness comes, and with it, the end. The fate of the stars.
Hmm.
Everything all right back there?
No, I just saw a ghost. Why is... A solemn dawn, grim purpose shines and gazes cast downward moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise, your steps to guide what end betides. Much and more we have discovered of the Telophoroid's machinations since Thancred and I did return from Garlemald. Verily, their troops doth appear to have been tempered in much the same manner as those engaged in the construction of the towering edifice in the capital. When Arnvald tried to free the Malja held in the tower, it triggered some sort of alarm, and the captives were killed instantly. As such, we have no choice but to leave them in the clutches of the Telophoroi until a means of rescuing them can be found. In the meantime, the summonings of the lunar primals will continue. Just as we must rely on the Green Company of Eorzea to put down such entities and prevent further abductions, so too did they rely on us to come through with our investigation. I've received word that Arnvald is back at the Funestry. As much as I would like to revisit him, I shall wait until there is good news to share. The last time we met, it was strange that he should be the one trying to cheer me up, in spite of everything that has befallen him. Still, I was glad for the chance to meet with him, and his words will continue to be a source of encouragement. After the ending of the Dragon Song War, I spent many a moon roaming Kurogane, Radzatan, even Garlemald, but never Sharlayan. In all honesty, a nation populated entirely by bookish types like Alphanut is not a place that appeals to me. Neither does to me. Not only do the members of the Forum intend to adhere to their long-standing policy of non-intervention, they made it a point of sending Master Fortunal here to explicitly state that fact. Rather than simply refusing to involve themselves in our affairs, it would appear they are actively trying to prevent us from meddling in theirs. That does, of course, make Krau's mission of securing our entry into Sharlayan and Nyon impossible, but I am confident she'll find a way regardless. Those who are brought within close proximity of the towers are tempered into serving Garlemald, then forced to summon lunar primals with aether drawn from the land. But even having understood this, we are yet to uncover what the Telophoroi wish to achieve by all this. Are the towers purely for strategic advantage, or do they serve some other purpose? Whatever it is my father and the Forum are hiding, I'm determined to get to the bottom of it. I have a feeling the journey to Sharlayan is going to be quite the test of your nerves in more ways than one. You'll miss this place when you're away, I just know it. But for now, the best thing you can do is get plenty of rest while we wait to hear from Kryle. Well, they'll send her back in a body bag, I'll tell you that. Oh my god. What an... I don't want to say underwhelming ending. I was expecting more, but... maybe it's because I'm expecting Endwalker sooner. But I think that's going to be where I end it for tonight, and then I'll head into Bozja tomorrow. So, I will catch everyone next time. Later.